Okay, so this is one of the concept in transformer, how the impedances transfer from primary to secondary and secondary to primary. Impedance transformation through transformer. Impedance transformation through a transformer. So this is called simple transformer. So the primary voltage and primary current, secondary voltage and secondary current, and the load impedance. Okay, impedance of the load is ZL is equal to Vs by Is. Load impedance is called this secondary voltage by secondary current. The secondary voltage by secondary current is called ZL, impedance of the load. Okay. Then impedance of the primary circuit. So how to convert this secondary impedance to the primary side? So by using this concept, well, the primary side impedance is nothing but Vp by Ip. Primary voltage by secondary current, primary current. Primary voltage by primary current is called. So this impedance, primary side impedance. ZL loss is equal to Vp by Ip. Okay. So this is called turns ratio. A is called turns ratio. So A is called turns ratio. That's NP by NS, also called as Vp by Vs. Primary voltage by secondary voltage is called A. This is called turns ratio. Okay. Vp by Vs is equal to NP by NS. Primary voltage by secondary voltage is equal to the primary turns by secondary turns is equal to A. So one turns ratio. Based on that, so then Vp is equal to A times of Vs. Okay, Vp is equal to primary voltage is equal to A times of secondary voltage. Understood? So A times of secondary voltage, the primary side, and secondary primary current in terms of secondary current. So Is divided by Ip. Okay, Is. There is nothing but I2 divided by I1 is equal to A. Here V1 by V2 is equal to A. I2 divided by I1 is equal to A. You know this relation. So V1 by V2 is equal to I2 by I1 is equal to N1 by N2. That is called a turns ratio. So A. So that is equal to. So when you are converting this primary current also in terms of secondary current. So we'll get A into Vs divided by Is by A. So then you will get A square into Vs by S. So Vs by S is called ZL. So A square into ZL. This is called a final expression. So when understood. So if you are converting secondary impedance to the primary side, the secondary impedance of the transformer is converted into the primary sides of the transformer, then it will be represented like this. The primary impedance that is called ZL loss is equal to A square times of ZL. Understood? A square times of ZL. This primary impedance will become A square times of ZL. Okay, understood? So that's nothing but the multiplication of turns ratio square to the ZL, secondary side impedance. Secondary side is impedance multiplied by turns ratio, that is called A square. So A is nothing but so what is meant by A? A is called NP by NS, that is called primary turns by secondary turns, or V1 by V2 or N1 by N2. Okay. So N1 by N2 whole square into ZL. This also can be written as like this. So A square into, so directly, so A square into, so A square into ZL. So that is a, so we can written as a, so A is nothing but N1 by N2, N1 by N2. N1 by N2 whole square into ZL. Okay, so like this. So A is nothing but N1 by N2. So by substituting this, we'll get this primary impedance after transferring the secondary impedance to the primary. So it will become primary impedance N1 by N2 whole square into ZL. Okay, so this way we have to convert. So secondary impedance to the primary side. Okay, so then, for example, ZL is on primary side. Okay, then so what is the, if you are transferring impedance primary to secondary? For example, this is the circuit diagram. Let us assume this is the circuit diagram. So if the primary impedance is so connected like this, ZL. So this is called ZL. Let us assume ZL. Okay. This is called a transformer winding. So this is called primary and secondary. So what is the impedance on secondary side when you are converting? Same as VP, primary voltage, VP. This is called IP, primary current. Okay. This is called secondary current, IS. Okay. This is called secondary voltage, VS. So when transferring this primary impedance, okay, this primary impedance transferring primary to secondary, in that case, so while transferring the primary impedance ZL to the secondary side, so what is the, so your ZL dash, so what is the ZL dash here? So ZL dash is nothing but, so previous multiplication of A square, so now division of A square. Okay, so understood. So that is nothing but ZL dash is equal to, so ZL into here N1 by N2, N1 by N2 whole square, but here N2 by N1, N2 by N1 square, whole square. So it will become N2 by N1 whole square. So this is the relation. If the impedance is transferred from primary to secondary, okay, so the impedance is transferred from here, so primary to, so like this, secondary to secondary impedance converted into the primary side. So this impedance will be nothing but ZL is equal N1 by N2 whole square into ZL. Okay, so that is called turns ratio square into ZL, secondary side impedance. Okay, but here, so opposite. So then secondary side impedance is converted into primary side. This is called secondary side. Primary side impedance is converted into secondary side. So ZL dash is become ZL by S square. Same procedure. Apply the same procedure. You will get ZL dash is equal to ZL by S square. So ZL is nothing but primary side impedance. So that is become ZL into N2 by N1 whole square. So that is called ZL by A square. So in this way we have to convert the, so primary side impedance, secondary side impedance to the primary and primary side impedance to the secondary. Clear? So the based on that, the one problem. So all of you take this problem. So based on this this concept, one problem. So 100 kVA, 100 kVA, 2400 by 240, 2400 by 240 volts. 2400 by 240 volts, 60 edges step down transformer. Ideally, okay, 100 kVA, 2400 by 240 volts, 60 edge step down transformer. Ideal is used between transmission line and the distribution system. Used between transmission line and a distribution system. Okay, the transmission line is operating very high voltages. Here, so 2400 volts by 240 volts. That means 2.4 kV. Okay, input voltage is nothing but 2.4 kV. That can be stepped down to 240 volts. Okay, this is called transmission voltage 2.4 kV is stepped down to 20 to 40 volts. Okay, transmission line and a distribution system. Use it between the transmission line and distribution system. That first determine turns ratio. First question, determine turns ratio. Sabi, what is a secondary load impedance will cause the transfer to be fully loaded, transformer to be fully loaded. What is the secondary load impedance will cause the transformer to be fully loaded, and what is the corresponding primary current? This is the second one, and third one, see, find the load impedance refer to the primary. Find the load impedance refer to the primary. Distribution voltage 240 and the transmission voltage 2400, that is 2.5 kV for this problem. And 60 Hz step down transformer is used between transmission line, that is called transmission line voltage 2.4 kV, and distribution voltage 240 volts. Okay, so in that case, first determine turns ratio, that is called A. A is equal to N1 by N2 or V1 by V2. Am I right? So what is the secondary load impedance will cause the transformer to be fully loaded, and what is the corresponding primary current, and then find load impedance refer to the primary. So first turns ratio, what is meant by turns ratio? A is equal to N1 by N2 or V1 by V2. You know well, turns ratio V1 by V2 is equal to N1 by N2 is equal to, you know well, the relation turns ratio. So V1 by V2 is equal to N1 by N2 is equal to, so I2 by I1, am I right, is equal to A. This is called returns ratio formula. It's clear. So if anyone is available, based on that we will get the turns ratio formula. If voltage are available, V1 and primary voltage and secondary voltage of the transformer, by using that we have to find the turns ratio. Otherwise, if they are providing, so N1 and N2, number of turns in primary and number of turns in secondary, they are provided. So based on that also we will get turns ratio A. That is called 2400 primary voltage of the transformer 2400, secondary voltage 240. So we will get A. And secondary current, secondary side current. So one relation S is equal to Vs into Is. Okay, so this is called apparent power. So S is equal to Vs. This is called secondary voltage. This is called secondary current. Then Is is equal to, what is the Is here? S divided by Vs. S is nothing but your rating of the transformer. S is nothing but rating of the transformer, that is called 100 kV. 100 kVA rating of the transformer S. Then Is is equal to secondary side current. Is is equal to rating of the transformer. How much? 100 kV, na? 1000 into 10 cube. Divided by secondary voltage Vs, that is called 240. You will get 416.67 amps. So based on that, you will know the relation A is equal to I2 by I1, that is called Is by Ip. Secondary current, I2 is nothing but secondary current. I1 is called primary current. Then primary current Ip is equal to Is by A. Okay, so then that is equal to the Is, you know well, 416.67 divided by A. So we'll get 10. A is the 10. By substituting, we will get primary current of the transformer 41.67 amps. Okay, the magnitude of the load impedance, you know well, the load impedance is called Vs by Is. Secondary side, the load is connected in the secondary side, that is called Vs by Is. So you know well, Vs secondary voltage 240 and secondary current is equal 41.67 amps. By substituting this values, we will get 240 by 416.7 secondary current 416.67 current. By substituting this, we will get 0.576 ohms. This is called the magnitude of the load impedance of the transformer. It's clear. And then load impedance referred to the primary. Load impedance referred to the primary side. So that's like this. The load impedance is referred to the primary side. So what is that? So relation ZL is equal A square times of ZL. So when we are converting the load impedance referred to the primary side, okay, find the load impedance referred to the primary, then A square into ZL. A square is called turns ratio. 10 square into, that is called 100 into 0.576, you will get 57.6 ohms. Okay. So this is the simple circuit diagram. So based on that, you will get these answers, and this is called a transformation technique. Impedance transformation through transformer. It's clear. The transformer. So generally it is transformer. So equivalent circuit diagram of transformer. Okay. Equivalent circuit diagram of transformer. Equivalent circuit diagram of transformer. Equivalent circuit diagram. So this is also one of the important concept for transformers. Okay. So this is a universal. So this generally transformer. So represented for a general way. This is called the core of the transformer, you know well. Okay. Core of the transformer core. This is called the primary winding of the transformer. Primary winding of the transformer. The winding is made by copper winding. Copper. Okay, this is called the primary side voltage. Primary side voltage. Okay, this is called primary side voltage. So AC voltage. Transformer is not operating with DC. It's operating with only AC. It's called supply voltage VS or V1. Okay, so we have to represent R V1. Okay, so VS as a supply voltage or so primary voltage or VP. So we have to represent primary voltage or supply voltage, or there is called so represented as V1. So notated as okay, denoted as, and this is called primary current. So I1 or IP. Okay, so primary current I1 or IP. So denoted like this. Okay, this is called number of turns in transformer primary winding N1. Number of turns in the transformer winding is called N1 number of turns. Okay, and on the secondary side, so this is the secondary side winding. This is the winding on secondary side. Okay, so transformer general representation. So this is called load impedance ZL. This is called load impedance ZL. Okay, so secondary impedance. This is called secondary current I2, you know well, or secondary current IS. Secondary current I2 or IS. So number of turns in the transformer secondary winding is called N2. Yes, am I right? And then here EMF induced in the primary winding is called E1. Okay, and induced in the secondary winding is called E2. So primary winding and secondary winding, they flux linking in the primary winding to the secondary winding to the transformer. In this way, this flux links to the primary to secondary side of the transformer. This is called a flux. Okay. So this is called a secondary voltage. So Vs or V2. Okay. Or V2. Secondary voltage V2 or so Vs. So we have to represent so in this manner like this. So Vs or V2. So in this way, this transformer is represented general transformer. So some cases we have to write the transformer in this form. Okay, this color. So like this. Transformer done like this some cases. So this is called coupling. So this is called number of turns in N1 primary side and then N2. And this is called the current I1. And this is called the current I2. This is called as voltage V1. And this is called voltage V2. So this is the simple diagram of the transformer. So this is not an exact equivalent circuit diagram of the transformer. This is not an exact equivalent circuit of the circuit diagram of the transformer. Okay, the exact equivalent circuit diagram is different. Okay, so yeah, in this circuit diagram, so we are not included that is called winding resistance and core loss component and magnetizing component. Okay, and leakage inductance. So there is no, we are not represented in this transformer. So this is called approximate equivalent circuit diagram of the transformer. This is called approximate equivalent circuit diagram of the transformer. So ideal transformer, generally you can say that the ideal transformer. So without including winding resistance, winding reactance, and so leakage. Okay, you know well this flux is linking the primary to secondary. When this flux is linking to this primary to secondary, this flux is called useful flux. Understood? This flux is called useful flux. This flux. So some amount of flux is linking into the air. Some amount of flux is linking into the air. So that flux is represented by so leakage flux. This flux is called some amount of flux is linking into the air. Okay, there's a primary side also. Some amount of flux is linking to the air, and some maximum amount of flux is so links through the secondary winding. Okay, so like this. So like this. So this flux is called leakage flux or L. So primary side, this flux is called primary side leakage flux. Am I right? Is this clear? Okay, the flux is generated by the primary winding of the transformer. According to the thumb rule, you know well. Okay, thumb rule. So when the current is direction on the winding is like this. Okay, the current direction and this like this manner. Na? So these all are called the fingers of the right hand rule. I mean thumb. And then what is the flux direction? So like this. Na? This is called flux direction. Am I right or not? Oh. Then so the flux is generated from the transformer winding. So that flux is always choosing the low reluctance path. Okay, am I right? The flux is always choosing the low reluctance path. So that's why the flux, instead of passing through the link air, so it's passing through the transformer core and it links to the secondary winding. So like this manner. The fluxes links to the transformer secondary winding. So in this way. Am I right? So the transformer secondary side, the current direction, understood? If the current direction in the direction, There is current direction in the secondary winding of the transformer like this. Okay, this is called current direction in the primary winding of the transformer. This is called current direction in the primary winding of the transformer. This is called flux pi 1, and this is called this flux is in this direction. Flux is in the direction in the transformer, and the secondary side, this flux in the secondary core is also secondary side limb. This is called one limb. This is called one limb. So this is called pi 2 is also in the direction. The pi 1 flux direction upward direction, and pi 2 flux direction upward direction. The both fluxes are opposite each other. So due to transformer action, okay, this flux, the flux pi 1 and links to the secondary winding of the transformer is like this. The flux pi 2 links to the transformer winding is like this. This is flux pi 1 is clockwise direction, and flux pi 2 anti-clockwise direction. These two are opposite each other, and then resultant flux is nothing but difference between these two fluxes. The resultant flux is nothing but difference of pi 1 and pi 2. Okay, so that's why the transformer, the flux is always constant. The transformer, the flux is always constant, even though load is increasing. For example, load is increasing, that is called current I2 is increasing. If the current I2 is increasing, the flux pi 2 is increasing. So in order to satisfy this flux, in order to meet the load demand, the current I1 is also increases. Okay, so then pi 1 is also increases. Okay, that means pi 2 is increases, pi 1 is also increases. That means the resultant of the total flux is always constant. That's why the transformer is called as a constant flux device. Okay, if the flux directions are in opposite direction, then only the transformer works properly. That is called transformer action principle. It's work properly. If the flux direction is downward direction, there is no transformer action. Okay, if the two fluxes are aiding together, so there is no transformer action. There is no opposition of the force. There is no opposition current. So that's why the primary current cannot be increased, even though if they are connecting the load. Okay, if the opposite current must be there, then only to meet that load demand, to nullify the to reduce the flux pi 1 pi 2, the flux pi 1 is increases. Okay, to maintain the flux in the transformer core is constant. That's why I1 is increasing. Otherwise, the current I1 is not increased. Okay, so that is called useful flux. This flux is called useful flux, but some amount of flux is not linking to the primary winding of the transformer. That flux is called leakage flux. Okay, some amount of flux, this some amount of flux is not linking to the transformer winding. So this the flux into passing into this flux passing into the, this is called air. Okay, so some amount of flux is passing through the air. That's why this is called leakage flux. Okay, understood. This some amount of flux, so not linking to the primary to secondary side of this transformer. So this is also called as a leakage flux. This is called leakage flux. Pi L is called leakage flux. So when if your load is connected, that's why the pi 2 is increasing. So because of the pi 2, some amount of flux is also in the secondary side is also linking into the air. So this flux is called leakage flux. So like this. This is also called leakage flux. This is called air. Understood? Understood? What is mean by leakage flux? What is by useful flux in this transformer core? So some amount of flux, so whatever the flux generated by the primary winding, that completely links through the okay, linking to the secondary side of the transformer. Okay, so that flux is called useful flux. Some amount of flux is not linking through the transformer, so is passing through the air of the transformer. So that flux is called, so okay, the flux is called leakage flux. Because of that leakage flux, so some amount of uh, power is wasted, some amount of losses are there in the transformer, the leakage flux. That means flux is not utilized completely. So because of the leakage flux, so the leakage inductance coming to the picture, because of the leakage flux, the leakage inductance, that is called, so generally represented as XL, or leakage flux, that is if it is because of primary, okay, the primary, for example, pi L1, so this is called pi L2. Secondary leakage flux pi L2, so primary leakage flux pi L1. So leakage flux is proportional to the leakage reactance. Okay, the transformer leakage flux pi L1, so it's proportional to the, so X, so that's called X1. Okay, so this is called reactance of the transformer, primary winding reactance of the transformer. So because of leakage flux, so this primary reactance is represented in a circuit diagram. Okay, this is a leakage. Because of leakage flux, reactance coming to picture, leakage reactance coming to picture, so that is represented by inductive reactance of the transformer. And then this winding of the transformer winding is having some resistance. Okay, so that is represented as a, so transformer winding resistance. Okay, so that is represented by R. Okay, if it is primary, so okay, if it is primary, that is called R1. For secondary, so represented as R2. For secondary side, so represented as R2. For primary side is represented by R1. Am I right? Primary side is represented by R2, R1. Secondary side is represented by R2. And the leakage side on the secondary side, so pi L2 is equal to X2. Okay, that is called here. So J into X1, J into X1. So represented as J into X1.